Lordy, lordy. Come on, people. Good old Florida. Nobody can drive right. If you come here to troll, just get expected to be blocked. This is a nice, relaxing Sunday. No trolls on Sunday. No trolls Sunday. Any questions, drop them in the chat. If you're one of the frauds or scammers, just enjoy my ride, baby. We're heading down to Miami. We're heading down to Miami. We got a load, TSA, Michigan to Miami. This cool paying load. And I'm chilling. Chilling in Florida. You know, a lot of these cargo van guys, they don't like to come to Florida. That's because they don't know how to operate. You gotta know what to do. All I hear is crying from these cargo van guys. Nobody wants to learn the right way. Cry, take cheap freight, and cry because they bid the cheap freight. Stop blaming the brokers all the time. Blame yourselves. We had two brokers had this load posted. We told them both no. We gave them the price. They tried to lowball $400 or $500. Told them no. Twic and TSA, which I have both, I'm not messing around with. You guys want to move it for cheap? You move it for cheap. Let them take advantage of you guys. Axel, he's gonna go down here. I haven't been down in a while. I want to get one of those Cuban espressos. I don't know if you guys ever had one of them Cuban espressos. Man, that stuff is smooth like gold. Comes in a tiny little cup. Let me get myself one or two of those. Make sure the heart is pumping strong. And load is not due till whenever tomorrow. I think I got till like noon. But of course, as soon as I'm able to drop it, I will try to drop it very early in the morning. Thinking tonight when I get down here, maybe find a nice room, relax, maybe a beach view. Maybe get a shrimp cocktail or something. But you guys keep taking those low budget loads. Actually, he's giving A+ service. Hell, I even came down here and spent $40 and washed the van and waxed it. You guys are riding around with mud from 50 states all over your van. Why? Because you guys got no extra cheeseola. You know? Any comments? You guys just hanging out, enjoying the ride? It's probably like, I think it's between 70 and 80 down here. Pretty nice today. Lovely. Lovely in Florida. You guys got any recommendations in Miami? Or something you want me to check out if I got time? Let me know. I need something interesting to put up for a live stream, you know? Can't just put cargo van stuff all the time. We have other viewers. They want to see, you know, a lot of the frauds, they're from overseas. They want to see what else is in the United States. Those Pakistani guys, they don't want to stare at goats all day, or maybe they do. I don't know. Okay, we're back. Let me get us back up here. Phone got a little hot, so hopefully it's all right now. The sun is beaming in the window. Hey, what's up, Angel? Angel, let me know if it came back up the stream. Phone got a little hot. Oh, phone got a little hot. Let me turn it a little. Woo-wee. Yeah, fly past me, bozos. I'm not in a hurry. Phone got a little hot, folks. I had to reset it, so hopefully it's rolling good for you. If it happens again, I'll just have to wait till later tonight, because I'm kind of facing the sun here. Angel, you still there? I don't know if Angel's still there or not. All right, bro. All right, man. All right. Man, it's a little toasty down here, Angel. I might have to stop and get some Speedos, you know, some of those Greek Speedos for the beach. I bet you a bunch of freaks out here, they like to see you running around in a pair of Speedos. A lot of those brokers are weird like that. Their wives look like men, but they're running around in those little Speedos. They won't, they won't acknowledge it, but we all know. But other than that, it's pretty nice down here. The greenery is looking great. I stayed last night up top at a Buc-ee's. Got some of that high-end beef jerky. You need to take out a loan to buy that beef jerky. Audio's pretty good. Yeah, I agree, man. To be honest with you, I needed to come down south, man. That north stuff sometimes, you need a little break. Let me move some of this paperwork. I see it's glaring in the window. There we go. We still got something glaring in the window. What is that? Probably my smokes or something. Oh, it's my Altoids. Move those out of your way. There we go. Yeah, it should start warming up all across the U.S. now, I figure. Then we'll get an influx of those new guys that like to take those 60-cent loads because they don't know any better. And just so everybody knows, 3 hours and 40 minutes to Miami. So I don't know if you heard me, Angel. Probably gonna get fairly close and maybe look for a hotel room. Maybe one of them small, sleazy Cuban motel rooms, you know, where the cockroaches dance off the light fixtures or something. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, folks. Like, share, subscribe. If you have any video requests or any recommendations or something interesting from Miami you'd like to see if I got time, you know. I need to get one of those Cuban haircuts. Not the Cuban necktie, but a nice Cuban cut and shave. Why does my camera feel like it's moving? There we go. Let me see. What you say? It's got a nice lighthouse, no scumbags over there. I think I think I might have been over there before. I'm not sure. I remember one time I did go to the end of the strip somewhere, and I think there was a lighthouse. All I remember though is the van didn't go through. It had like this low overhang. I don't think it was the same place though. I need to get a nice alligator video. That's what I really need. Maybe stop at Walmart, grab 2 whole raw chickens, and go feed an alligator. I'd like to feed some of these scammers to some alligators. Man, Florida's pretty busy though. I'll be honest with you. That Buc-ee's I was at, man, that sucker, that whole parking lot was packed with people coming in there. Buses, trucks. They're just rolling in the dough over there. I got this deli sandwich from over there. It's like real thick, and it didn't have any flavor, like none. $8 for a sandwich with no flavor. That's why usually when I'm on the road, I like to find those home cooked places or just make my own food. Because some of this stuff nowadays is pure garbage. What you got there with Bucky's Daytona or Jacksonville? Yeah, I was over there in Daytona. That's where I stayed, Daytona. That's probably why I was so busy over there. Man, it was a lot of nice little mamas over there, though. Ooh, they were in dresses, too. I had this one last night, man. She had nice shoes on. She had this nice peach dress, long dark hair. What happened to those days, man? The women nowadays, they want to dress like they're hoodlums. They either got pajama pants or men's clothes on. Like they don't want to be women anymore. They just want to be dudes. I mean, one thing I will say, European women, they majority still act like women. dressed like women. You know, nice dress, nice shoes, little perfume. Man. But no, they want to smell and look like guys nowadays. Some of them even growing beards, I see. Few places here in the United States, so they still act like ladies. They act like a lady, I treat them like a lady. They want to act like a dude, I treat them like a dude. Some, they don't even know what they are. They don't even know what they were born. Nothing like riding down the coast, huh? Angel, your uncle flying over there to Oregon, huh? How many miles he knocked out? The drivers get worse and worse. Oh, I know. They drive like morons down here, man. They were honking at me to turn right on red, and it had big sign, no right on red. You know? I mean, there was some traffic holding up the cars so they couldn't come across, so I went. But man, usually I'll jump out and tell them to fuck off. I got commercial plates, and they want me to hang right on red. You want to pay the damn ticket? People are just impatient nowadays. SLC? What's SLC? SLC. From Florida? Oh, yeah, Salt Lake City. Had brain locked there for a minute. Tell your uncle to stop over there and go visit some of those Mormons. It'd be funny to see a Greek hanging out with Mormons. Who's that? Stone, what's up, Stone? Business getting bad, bro. A lot of people jumping. You know, Stone, it's not. It is bad, but you gotta be hooked up with good people. You know, like I'll be honest with you. I don't post it in the title and stuff. I might talk about it during the video. Like this load here is TSA load. It was, I think, about 1,340 miles. One broker, I believe, wanted to move it for 1,500. Another one wanted to move it for like 1,750. We told them 2,100. They tried to come down. We told them no. The orange juice isn't ready yet in Florida. But 2,100 for this load, 1,340 miles. Now it is, TSA, so you need TWIC or TSA, but I have both. So I mean, you got to get with the good people, man. You got to go with the people that have the good freight, and they're not always posting on the load board either. I had two loads a couple days ago. They weren't on the board. They called me. They knew where I was at. Axel, we got this load from here to here. I mean, the one even had a bunch of deadhead, and we covered all the deadhead miles. That cheap stuff, man, just say no to it. Just say no. Build up who you are and what kind of service you provide. You can even be rough around the edges, but you pick and drop, show the freight is strapped, you're smooth with the paperwork, there should be no issues. Stay away from those foreign dispatchers. And I mean, those foreign guys, they don't care. They want to take whatever they can from whatever load. So a lot of them are bidding low with the brokers, and then they're using all the cheap drivers to move the loads. Those guys. I heard Empire's got some paperwork on Empire. I'm waiting to see if I can get it. And a lot of loads, Empire's even taking 70%. 70%. And you know, they tell the drivers, oh, it's slow, it's bad, all we got is 60 cents. Fuck them. We never hauled nothing for those guys. All those crook app guys, they're the worst. They're the ones that cause a lot of this damage. Because when the new guys come in, they want to jump on those apps. I hate to tell it to you guys, but the good loads ain't on the apps. Hey, you guys got me going there for a minute. What state are you in right now, Stone? Another thing is you got to know where to post up. Some loads you just don't want to take because they're going to put you in a bad area. You know, different states, I know different people are different brokers. Some brokers are stronger in other states as well. Oh, Chicago, man? Man, you can get something good out of there. I know all those cheapos are hanging out over there, but you can get some good stuff over there. Angel's out of Chicago. He could probably, you know, tell you some loads he's had for certain prices. And then you got to get, you know, I don't know what your record is, but go get a tweak card. These big cities like Atlanta, Chicago, Miami, you know, LA and stuff, where air cargoes usually sit, that's where a lot of the foreign guys, they're not going to have Twig and TSA. You're going to roll out of there like a champion. See what we got there? Rates aren't great off of Selectus in Chicago. Yep, very true. You know, I once had a load, I know I've talked about a couple times, I think it was Cleveland to Florida, something small. And I think it was like 900 or 1,000 miles. And I told him, I think 14 or 1,500. Broker came back. He tried to knock off that 4 or 500. I told him, hey, hold up, let me get you Vladimir's number. I put it in the email. And then he called me directly. He said, you got me on that one. I said, oh, really? He said, yeah, to be honest with you, I don't like using those guys. Sorry, I'll give you that full rate. I said, okay, thank you. But you see, they try to knock off 4 or 500. We're not talking about $1,500. 4 or 500. And that's not including whatever else they had on top of it. And to be honest with you, worst case scenario, nothing should be under $1. Nothing. Don't move anything under $1. Nothing. And of course, don't be going to like Colorado and stuff for $1. Don't be taking little 100-mile runs for $1. You know, just to turn the key, you should be about $250. I have tweet card and everything. People getting load from Chicago for 90 cents. Yeah, but how are you getting your load? Using those apps? Are you with a good carrier? I mean, you don't have to tell me the name or whatever, but give me something to work off of. And then do you have your own authority? I think you do. Maybe I'm wrong. Don't forget to hit those thumbs up, people. Like, share, subscribe. Yeah, you have your own authority. How long have you had it? How many years? Another thing, Stone, like Angel here, he's a member of the channel. He calls me all the time, man, asks me for a device. What about this? Sometimes I tell him, don't bid that, push it up. You know, he's got one of my channel memberships. He's got my direct number. You know, you support me, I support you. And then you just got to share and help other guys. Some guys can't be helped because they're just dum-dums. Oh, 6 months? Yeah, that's the problem, Stone. Your authority's older, You gotta grind it out, Stone. You need at least a year. You gotta grind it out. When I first started, it wasn't that easy. The only thing that helped me when I first started was because I was dispatching, self-dispatching under another guy's authority, and I got to meet other brokers and their agents. So when I got my authority, it helped me a little bit because as long as they could put me in their system, whether I had 2 months, 3 months, 6 months authority, because they knew me and I had ran loads for them underneath the other guy's MC, they would give me the loads. Some, their system wouldn't even let me in. I had to wait like a year, even though I knew them. It's part of the business. I mean, you can look negatively at it, but at the same time, you wouldn't want a bunch of new guys jumping in here, and boom, within 30 days, they're getting all these great loads because it would be even worse then. A lot of units or aged authority. Yeah. Hey, you got to grind it out, man. Remember, life's not easy. Grind it out so you can look back in a couple of years and say, yep, Axel was right. I grinded it out, and here I am. Give all the other guys hell and just focus on what you need to do to get done. Keep your costs down. Watch where you go. Don't tear up your van. A lot of these guys, they run out and buy the vans, and they're running here, running there. They're putting well over 100,000 miles a year, and there's no money at the end. And then they have a major breakdown. They're like, man, this business stinks. My van broke down. But yeah, you were putting all these miles, or you were deadheading home 1,000 miles. Like me, I go on the road. I come on the road. I stay on the road. I've been out here for a month now, to be honest with you. I was only going to stay out for about 3 weeks. I thought I had to be back right now around the 12th, but it's actually not till the 17th. So I'm right at a month now. I'm not going to just run home and sit there, but I have to be back by the 17th. There's an auction on the 19th for some properties I got to be at. So when you come out here, you got to make the best of it. Make sure your van is set up, comfortable. You got your snacks, your drinks, a lot of extra clothes to switch into, whether you want to put on your bikini for the beach or your Eskimo jacket for when you go to North Dakota, which I wouldn't go to. Prepare for all weather because you never know where you're going. You need to have the diesel heater in your van. Even if you have a gas engine, you need to put that extra diesel heater in the back. You want to be comfortable in the van. I get up in the morning, I brush my teeth, I fix my hair, maybe change my clothes, I freshen up. I sit on my bed like I'm at home on the couch. I get my load, I go do what I got to do. I enjoy my time out here. I make it enjoyable, so I'm not, stressing out. You know, and then you wanna associate with the good guys out here. Don't associate with these guys that are blowing smoke. Hey, you gotta hustle, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. They're all gone. Most of them are gone. They don't listen. We try to tell them. A lot of guys don't listen. You gotta be methodical in this business. You gotta think. It's not just run the loads. You gotta think a little bit. Like here, I'm coming down here, and I was in a Discord group last night with about 12 guys, and they were laughing. They said, "Man, Axel, you stop everywhere. Stop at this gas station here, there." Because a lot of times I'm topping off because I see the diesel is cheaper. And I need to stretch my legs, maybe get something to drink. I enjoy my ride. There's no reason for me to rush down here. I'm still going to be early. It's Sunday. I'm only like 3 hours away. I have till Monday morning. It was a Friday load. So why am I going to tire myself out? I'm going to enjoy my ride coming down. I've been doing this since what? I think 2018. I remember my first year, man. I never met so many a-holes in my life. Bunch of a-holes. A lot of the veteran guys are gone. They're out. I mean, we even had veteran guys that were, how do you say it, capping? They were capping. How you been in the business for 7, 8 years and you blow a tranny or an engine and you ain't got no money? I don't get that. You gotta save the money, man. Hide the money. You have a Sprinter for. I got a Sprinter. Sprinter. You know, a lot of guys. We can talk about the vans real quick. A lot of guys pick the Pro Masters because they're the cheaper van. To me, they're tin cans. They're built with thin wiring, so a lot of times they'll have electrical issues and stuff. A lot of guys will, rave about the Ford Transit. My personal belief is the Mercedes Sprinter diesel for long term, especially when it's deleted. You know, this Sprinter's got 552,000 miles. It's running like a smooth engine, smooth. You know, they're built for this. You know, repairs might cost you a little bit, but that's why we don't take cheap stuff. You know, I broke down about 2 weeks ago. Cost me $4,100. The crazy part was, it's probably because I was doing a railroad load, and they had a dirt road, and they were plowing the dirt road to smooth it out. Well, the edge was soft. So when I went to turn around in the road, I hit that soft dirt, and I kind of like rolled back in the little ditch, and I think it bumped my gas tank. And then, the next day I was driving on the highway, and the van stopped. What had happened is I guess I had crushed the fuel pump. And the guy told me what happened is one of the pieces probably eventually sucked up into the fuel pump. So it cost me $250 to get towed off the highway. I don't know, I went like 20 miles to a place that said they could fix it, and they were a bunch of idiots. And I didn't trust them. And then I had to find a fuel pump, and I found one. We were going to send it with another van to deliver it to me. I said, that fuel pump will be here between 2 and 3 o'clock. Start taking it apart. I have your fuel pump. You can put me back. Nah, let's wait till Monday. I said, yeah, no problem. I called the tow company back, and I paid a second tow to go 240 miles, $1,440, because I found a diesel guy who had great reviews, and he got it done for me. I was back on the road Monday. He said, I'll take care of you. He said, I could have saved you a little bit on the fuel pump, but you wanted it right away. I said, no, I understand. So it cost me another $2,070 to install the fuel pump. You know, now a lot of guys say, oh, yeah, you paid all that toll. Yeah, I want to get back on the road. I ain't making no money if I ain't on the road. So what's the difference if I spend the money or I sit around and don't make the money? You know? Yeah, it costs money, man. But, that's why you got to have a little bit on the side. You got to be ready for that. And you just got to laugh it off. Say, damn. And I had like 2 months ago, the alternator kicked out. Everything was the alternator, the belts shredded, and then they wrapped around the fan clutch. That was like another 1,000. Shit happens. But how long does it take you to make 4,000 or 5,000? You can do that in 1 or 2 weeks. That's how you got to look at it. If you got one of them expensive girlfriends, get rid of her. If you got more car payments, get rid of them. Cut your costs down. Save your money. Remember, this is work too. This is a job. But you can enjoy this job. You come out here, you work, and you just suck that money and hide it. And then one day, you start investing. I'm building a house right now. You don't have to have all these fancy cars and all this stuff. Don't play keeping up with the Jones. Plan for when you're older and you can relax. And my next recommendation is, if you live in Chicago, to move the hell out of there, because that's way too expensive over there. There's some nice places in other states. Angel, my property taxes, I lived in Cleveland. They were going up this past year at a little over, I think around 31 or 3,300. When I first had that house about 14 years ago, it was around 900. Now I moved down to northern Alabama. My tax right now is $160 for the year. My water bill is like $27. I'm on the road most of the time, but I'm building a nice place in the river too. So when I go home, I'll enjoy it. Make no sense to have these fancy cars and big houses and stuff, and then you gotta work all the time like a dog. Still with me, guys? Still with me? Appreciate you guys stopping by. Gets the chat going. Yeah, especially if you're not home. Yeah. Do me a favor, Angel. Share this in some of those printer groups. Drop the link in there. You know, I'll be honest with you. I haven't seen too many new guys stopping by. So like when you guys say they're, dropping off, I think a lot of them also, they don't know about some of us from like those idiots in the union group. They want to hide the veteran guys from them so they can take advantage of them. We come out here and show them straight, and they're trying to keep, hide the real information with their stupid, dumbass webinars. Yeah. Like when you're out here on the road too, Stone, try to talk to some drivers. You get little bits and pieces. You got to like sort through the information, but get to know certain drivers, get to know what they're doing, but don't take everything they're saying as true. But you'll start seeing certain patterns. Some drivers, they don't speak English though, so good luck with that one. And not only that, because when you get out of the van, you start talking to drivers or people, you gotta, like I'm working on it actually with Angel a little bit. You gotta have these social skills and this communication, especially to deal with the brokers and agents. Like let's say you bid on a load and you're asking, I don't know, 500, and they come back with 200. I might respond back, you know what? I'm gonna have to pass that because that's not enough to cover my lunch I need for today. Have a nice day though. That lets them know that they're retarded. You know? And another thing is too, if you keep bidding cheap with your authority, in their systems, they can average out your loads. So like if you're always bidding, say, I'm not saying you are, but say you're bidding 60, 70 cents all the time, and then you want to try to get a load for $1.20, they're going to say, come on, Stone, we got 80 cents for you. It's very hard to go up after you've been down, especially if they learn your tactics. If they know every time you bid that they can knock off 100 from you and you'll say, okay, let me get it, then they're going to do it to you all the time. Just like when I would bid, a lot of these agents and brokers, I would learn their tactics because a lot of them would do the same thing. I had one time for like 2 weeks. Every load, he would try to knock off $50. And finally I told him one day, hey, listen, man, how come on every load you try to knock off $50? Are you hard up for dinner or something? If you want, I'll send you $50. But every load you try to knock off $50. You don't think I see this? Every load you bid, you try to knock off 50. Like, come on, man. Right, a lot of these brokers, they put these agents, and they just want to suck as much money as possible. It's not always the broker, it's the bozo agents. Those guys want to sit in their chairs and I don't know, take that Zen crap in their Starbucks while we're out here working like dogs. Let me see. Did you respond after you said that? Some respond, some don't, So I one time, I had a driver one time, and he said, "Hey, they're trying to give me an extra pallet." I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, and they got me going across the lot or something to another building. I called broker. I said, "Listen, what are you guys doing?" They said, "Oh, they got another pallet." I said, "Yeah, another pallet, but it's not what we agreed to." And they said, "Oh, okay, we'll add an extra $50." I said, "$50?" I said, "Okay, I'll remember this. Go ahead, add the $50." And I text the driver. I sent him an email. I say, "Listen, driver, the broker," and I wrote this all out, and I ended up sending it back to the broker, a bunch of agents at that brokerage, and to other brokers at other companies. And it was something like this. I said, "Driver, just so you know, you got an extra $50 on this load. The broker was so kind to send us this chump change so you could buy 2 Happy Meals at McDonald's. I hope you're appreciative of this extra $50. And by the way," I told him, "I won't be taking out any charge from this $50." And then the broker responded back, because it was like real smooth the way I did it. And the broker responded back, "Oh, you should write cards for Hallmark." I said, "Well, I'm from Cleveland, and Hallmark is from Cleveland, you idiot." And I got a little rough with him then. Like, come on, man. Once you agree to something, that's in the rate con. That's it. Yeah, some of them, because when you're at the shipper and the shipper maybe got something else done, and they'll say, "Hey, we just finished another load here." Then they'll try to add you an extra stop or something, but it's truly another load. Not all the time, but sometimes. And then you got the other guys that'll take like 4 pallets in their van, super heavy, because the agent's slick and the customer asked for a small straight, but they found a big sprinter, and they'll send the customer a sprinter. They do all kinds of games, man. Those agents a lot of time concentrate more on sucking the money from the carriers instead of building up the brokerage with good customers. Looks like we're going past Orlando. I see Orlando on my right on the map. So let's see what we're down to. 3 hours, just a little over 3 hours. Hey, hey, Angel, what's the weather looking like today and tomorrow in Miami? Give me that weather report. I forgot to check. Uh, I mean, the only way it's worth it, Stone, is so you can see some of these brokers and get their info and try to build a relationship with them. But the problem is with Select is there's a lot more dirt bags on there than there was before. Some of the good brokers have left off of there, or they don't post on there. What do you got there? 50 to 80 both days. All right. We got here. Enjoy the weather there. Yeah, I'll enjoy it for a short time, then I gotta get the heck out of here. Another thing is too, Mondays you always gotta remember Monday in the daytime is like I call it piranha time. Everyone bids cheap earlier in the day on Monday. So unless some good airport load or something comes up, I'll probably sleep in, wait for the iguanas to wake me up, you know. I like my beauty sleep sometimes. Yeah, Monday early is rough. So a lot of times we try to like book on Friday for Monday if we can. If not, we wait. I'm patient. I'll wait. I'd rather do 2, 3 loads a week and make my money than to ride around like a cockroach all week long to make the same money with probably more miles. I see 4 people watching and only 3 thumbs up. Somebody doesn't love Axel. Somebody doesn't love Axel. And the other thing is too, I'm the only guy in this industry that stands up for everybody. Because you know why? They can't do crap to me. These brokers and these agents and these dirty carriers, I'm the voice for all you guys. So when you see all this nonsense going on, let me know. Because I put all their business out there. Nobody's done it all these years, and that's why these scumbags have been getting away with all this stuff. I'm that good educational channel. Rough and transparent. Man, it's kind of boring over here. Just a bunch of weeds next to the road. That's a bunch of weeds. Angel, you still there? Angel probably got me on the Jumbotron. Hey, see, you kind of know where I'm going, Angel. Check that area out for any good hotel deals. Just a quick check, nothing special. I'll check when I get close down there with my booking.com. You don't see any Army base loads anymore. Well, they're probably there, but it's probably just maybe not as many, or they're not posting them. I haven't had any in a while either. Don't worry, Trump's going to get those military loads pumping up. even maybe like an hour before, Angel. You don't have to be right on top of there. Within an hour, let's say. It'd be nice if I could get an ocean view. You know, that way I can do a nice ocean view stream, you know? Maybe sip on a nice Cuban espresso and bullshit with everybody while the ocean breeze is brushing across my ears. I need to start working on my salsa. Got a lot of these Cuban mamas down here, you know, do a little salsa, a little tango. Funny, you know, you see a big Greek guy doing tango. You know what else is nice down here? I don't got the wind beating me up while I'm driving. Yes, sirree. You guys are being quiet. Way too quiet. Sunday's busy. Hey Angel, look up this company. Hold on, let me get to MC. I think they might be out of Chicago. Hold on, let me see here. The MC number is going to be, come on, 152 415 152 415 E7 Logistics. They're hauling a Super Ego trailer. I know a lot of guys complain about that Super Ego. I know it's something to do with Chicago. Yeah, yeah. Stone knows too. But look up that MC for me real quick, Angel. In fact, text it to me, and later on I'll check out the corporations. Because that 152, that's not that old of a number. He probably coming down here to pick up that la cocoa. Going down to Miami, he going to pick up the cocoa. And he is flying too, man. Let me get in front of this more. He's flying down the center lane. He should be in the right-hand lane. You know, just fucking dummies, man. Like he got somewhere to be on Sunday with that load. Say they are authorized for property. How many units? And check the authority history. See if they got any revokes on there. Oh, you people love to merge. You don't care. Just cut me off. No problem. Man, I love this smooth road here, man. This concrete road, man. It's like butter. Like butter under my toes. It'd be nice if all the roads were like this. So smooth. Anything else? Whoa! That was a big gust of wind. Let me get over here. Slow my cruise down. Slow my cruise down. Come on in, come on in. Pull up a chair. See what's shaking. Powerball 100 million. Mega Millions 96 million. Angel, why don't you put this on your big TV for your Baba to watch, so he can push back in his recliner and pretend he's on the road, you know? He should be sitting back, a little bit of feta cheese, some Kalamata olives, and maybe a little ouzo. Just enjoy the ride. Man, I gotta get a shave. Shave and a haircut. I'm past due. Way past due. Oh, Blueberry Festival, April 12th and 13th, Wickham Park. Man, I should stop over there. Man, that would be nice and fresh blueberries. Yeah, Wicker or Wickham Park. Today's the 12th. Let's get down farther. Yeah, I don't know. I think it was called Wickham. Probably look it up. Just Google Blueberry Festival, Florida, April 12th. It'll probably pop up. Yeah, those blueberries are nice when they're fresh and cold. Man, it's hard to find good ones nowadays, though. I remember when we were kids, we went one time, picked a bunch. That's when they're the best. When you go pick them yourself. Man, I saw at the truck stop last night. Uh, was it truck stop? Man, I can't remember. Maybe it was a QT. I swear they had like 3 strawberries in a cup. I think it was like $6 or $7. 3 whole strawberries. It's crazy, man. And who's buying that? You like if you're buying 3 strawberries for like $6, $7, you gotta be a moron. Are you going to take the turnpike down or I-95? I think just 95. So it's looking like. Let me see. 95, 95, 91. You know me, I like them tolls. Oh, shit. Why are you slowing down for? Man, come on, speed up. Let me go around this bozo. Oh, now you want to come over. All right, come on, come on, come on. Let's see. Oh, he's got a Florida plate. I was going to say, let me check this box truck, but he got a Florida plate. Oh, he's got a newer MC too. Oh, what's this? No, just wondering. It's kind of worth taking the turnpike. A lot of traffic, anyways. Hey, it is Sunday though. It might be all right. And like I said, maybe like I don't know, an hour before or something, or give or take before Miami. I don't know if I actually want to stay down in Miami. That place, man, whack job down there. There's a Costco you can stay down there. That's usually where the hotshot guys and stuff will stay at the Costco. There's that little tiny pilot down there, but they don't like anybody to stay there. I think they let us one time with the vans. I know I'm thirsty as hell though. Oh shit! I always keep my drinks within reach. I highly recommend Gatorade Zero. It's not as cold, but it does the trick. Got here? Probably because they are old people and Cuban foreigners who've never driven. Yeah. Oh, look at this. Another. Who's this now? Hold on. I got another MC for you. Let me see who this guy is. Hold on. His shit, he got his shit taped on the semi. MC 122-9183. 122-9183. N1 Express. Yeah, there you go. Slide behind me, N1 Express. You ain't getting in front of me. Yeah, he's flying. He's doing 80. Man, it's a little toasty down here. I've been up north too long. 2 units, 2 drivers authorized for property out of Cincy. Yeah, text me that one too. 122-9183. Just put it in my text message. We had a piece of paper taped on the side of the truck. They need to stop that madness too. They should not be able to tape paper on the side of those semi trucks, because all they do is cover up the other numbers. They need to be permanently affixed stickers. You guys want to merge right in front of me? No problem. We'll go around. We will go around. Man, I love this 95, man. It's so straight. Straight and just cruise. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, like, share, subscribe. Sometimes it's not the driver. Yeah, we know. We know, Angel. We know, brother. We know. Over here, you don't think they're built properly? Why? I mean, close to the cities, they are a little haywire. Hey, you know another thing you can look up, Angel? Look up trade shows Miami for this weekend. See if there was any kind of conventions or trade shows going on this weekend. Sometimes you can pick up that freight from down here too, trade show freight. I mean, you can even look Miami Convention Center and see if they had any shows this weekend. Looks like nothing on trade shows. Yeah. You check the Miami Convention Center, see if they had anything going on this weekend? Man, where's Costa? You go live and Costa's nowhere to be found. Costa! West Melbourne. Kind of boring looking over here. Oh, man. Little muggy down here. Little muggy. Hey, Angel, isn't there like a nudist beach down here in Miami? Like, share, subscribe. Who's still watching? I see two people. Angel and who? Angel. Let's see what we're down to. 177, 2.5 hours. So, what to do? Man, I really need some iced coffee. Is what I really need. Nice big iced coffee. Home Bay. Time. Oops. Time for it. Haha. I saw no trucks. Yeah, you know what I usually get, Stone? I go to Walmart and I buy the Starbucks iced coffee. They're like $4 or $5 for like a quart. I get the latte one or the it's like a chocolate one or something. You know, it's a quart, so $4 or $5. What are you gonna do? You know, when you buy a little drink in this truck stop, it's $2, $3. I usually get that, and then I'll buy. I think it's an 18 pack of zero sugar Gatorade, and then I buy a case of water. And then every once in a while, when I'm at some of the stores or truck stops, I'll find like the new. They're not all like energy drinks, but you know, like zero sugar, zero sodium. Like one I got. Let me see if I can get the can. You guys can look it up. It's called Bum Energy. BUM Energy. And this one I got was called Cherry Frost. Let me see what it had. Bum Energy. So this flavor was Cherry Frost. It has zero cholesterol. It only has 30 milligrams of sodium, one carb, zero sugars, zero trans fat, and zero fat. It only has 5 calories. That one's called Bum Energy. And let me see if I can get the other can. Oh, and I think it had, let me think. I think it has some, I thought it had some, oh, it has 112 milligrams natural caffeine. And then another one I had, it's called NOCO BCAA. NOCCO. And I don't know why it says BCAA underneath. This one was blue raspberry, carbonated beverage. This one had 180 milligrams of caffeine. Zero fat, zero sodium, one carb, zero sugars. That's the number one to me. When you're on the road, you want to get as zero as possible on the sugar and the sodium. What's up, Penelope? All I need is my Twig card and a 6 pack of Bush Light. No, 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 Penelope. Don't drink that junky stuff, Bush Light. You got to drink imported. Amstel. I mean, Yingling's good too. Not Bush Light. Bush Light is like for when you're in high school. I'm surprised you didn't put Keystone. Where you been, Penelope? We didn't even see you a long time. I know I don't post regularly. I'm trying to, I just got so much crap going on. Yeah. Where'd you go to high school? What state? I think they like that Bush Light in Kentucky. Oh, Michigan? You drinking that stuff up there in Michigan, man? You might as well drink that Flint water, Michigan. That water from Flint. Don't drink that stuff. That's not good for you. Drink the good stuff. Amstel, Doses Keys. What else is there? I know Angel, he likes that Greek beer. I forget what it's called. I know he probably loves that stuff. I can see Angel. Angel, he probably go over to Greece. He got the. Okay, we back. Okay, we back. We are back. I forgot I didn't have my charger plugged in. When it was overheating earlier, I forgot I took the charger off. Let me know if you're back. Don't take any loads to Seattle. Never seen it this bad. Penelope, Seattle always stinks. Why are you going over there? Don't go over there. Ah, Heineken. Angel, Heineken is like so 80s. So 80s. Let me know if you guys still there. Like I said, I forgot my charger wasn't plugged in. It should resume. Usually when it cuts, as long as you get back in, it gives you an option to resume or end the stream. So hopefully we're good. Hopefully we're good. Hey, 5 people watching, only 4 thumbs up? That's not love. That's not love. We still live, Angel? Let me know, baby. Let me know. Let me know if you're still there. 6 people watching. Nice to see everybody. Like, share, subscribe. You got any questions or anything, just drop it in the chat. All right, yeah. How long did it cut out for there, Angel? I'm curious, because all of a sudden the screen just went blank. And I said, oh, shoot. I plugged the charger in, logged back in real quick, hit the YouTube, and then it gives you the option. Yeah, Seattle is bugaboo. Seattle is bugaboo. I've never even been over there, to be honest with you, Angel. I would go one time just to go to see, just to say I've been there. But of course, I know if I go over there, I know I'm taking pain. So it more or less be for a trip. That would be something I would take like the end of a week, to finish off a week and just plan on staying over there for a day or two to check out some sites. But no, not to just run over there just for the heck of it. I love tax time. 500 new vans on the load for a few months. What's up, Elite? Yeah, you know how it is. But you know what? Even if they're jumping in now and they're new, they're going to have a rough time. If they haven't been around, a lot of us have weathered these storms. So I don't know, any of these new guys coming in. I mean, the bad thing is they get hooked up with these crooks and these app guys. That's why I said if you come across any new guys, try to teach them. Not all of them are teachable, but, say you're in a group and there's 5 of them and you get through to one of them, it helps. You can always recommend my channel, especially the podcast tab on the channel, because a lot of those bad companies I've covered, at least it would give them a heads up. Now, the one thing I have noticed is a lot of the app guys have been being very quiet. So whenever the studio is back up, I'm going to go back through all of them. I think some of them have shut down. And there's a couple of my favorites where we will do some more shows on them. They need more love. Those app guys always need a little love from Axel. I was just on the phone. Seattle's a great time, man. One of my 5 favorites. Oh, you like Seattle? I know Angel. He's going up there to cruise the strip, looking at those streetwalkers. Be honest, Angel. I seen the YouTuber that does videos on him. He literally drives up and down the street showing them. That's wild. They had one guy that had a channel. I think it was called Lot Lizards or something, but I think he shut it down or he changed it. But he was usually in California, that guy. I'm getting called constantly by people from India now doing dispatch work. The passengers started to go away. Yeah, I kind of noticed that too, Elite. Like the box trucks. I said, I don't know if it's tighter, but we got like little pockets. I think we share more information. We got a guy last night that's got a van, and he tells us somebody blocked him in, and then they get out and they say, hey, you're lucky you're in the van because we're the repo guys. He's driving some Mercedes van for some Russian guy, and these guys are, trying to repo this van. And we're all telling them, well, you better not go in the truck stop because those Mercedes vans have trackers on them too. So as soon as he's out of that van, they're going to repo that sucker. But see, he's driving for these idiots. It's for the Indian guys, and it's not so much Indian elite, they're the Pakistanis. I always cover them. It's the Pakistani guys. The Indian guys are Pakistani guys who are trying to do the vans and the box trucks. But there is a boxing a lot. A lot of them aren't as open as me. But like I know one broker, these guys bought 2 MC numbers, I think for around $12,000-$15,000. And then he called the original owner and found out what was going on. And they didn't transfer it correctly because you're supposed to buy the whole company and everything. So then he contacted the FMCSA, and they turned off those authorities. So now those crooks are out their money also. I like that. Although a lot of, yeah, they've actually quieted down quite a bit on Facebook and stuff too. Or they're just blocking me, who knows. But yeah, I try to ding as many as I can on Facebook on there too, because even the posts, somebody's always going to come across the posts. But if you're posting videos or comments of what these guys are doing, then hopefully it'll stop other guys from falling into their trap. It's kind of you got to kind of use social media as a tool, like a good tool. My YouTube channel, it's not so easy for the fraud stuff because it's not really like interesting to a lot of people. So when I set up my YouTube channel, I knew I wasn't going to put like cargo van or box truck or trucking. I knew I was going to have the playlist for the fraud stuff, but that way I can, have other playlists or do other videos as well. Right. Hey, Stone, CNU Logistics has been on my list since I started my channel. I just haven't gotten to them. They got about 12 or 15 companies are linked to them. I'll just give you a briefly. If you come across like Red Max, Pennsylvania Logistics, there's like that's all Uzbekistan guys. They're going to get a show from me, believe that. They're going to get a juicy show from me. I just haven't gotten to them. I kind of got sidetracked from a lot of the shorter videos, but CNU is a lot of information. So when I build that show, it's going to take me a little time because I try to build the show so it's 30 minutes to an hour, and to try to make it as interesting as I can while showing the documents as fast as I can. But we will get to them because I know a lot of these brokers and their agents, they're clueless about them as well. Some of them are very aware, though. They're so bad. I got a picture somewhere of one of their box trucks, and they have two of the company's name on the box truck. That's how dumb these guys are. Yeah, I know all about them. That's why these guys don't like me. It's why they can't even push back half the time, because I come with all this stuff. And then a lot of times, too, I'll reach out to the brokers I know. I'll say, hey, run these guys. What do you got on them? What are they using the bid with? What companies? This, that. And then, a lot of them, they're working with me. They'll give me the information. Heck, I even got one of the brokers. He's a sponsor on the channel from day one. Day one. I didn't even talk to him. He just saw my stuff and sponsored me. It's not like we're making big money off this stuff. I spend a lot of money for all my gear and stuff, and I'm always buying stuff. It's kind of like a hobby to me too. I mean, I bought some wireless mics for my iPhone. Wireless mic being used yet. I got a GoPro 10 with all the attachments, the Volta selfie stick, everything. I haven't even used that yet. I on the go. I gotta start getting it set up. We're gonna. I wanna get more into it. It's just very time consuming. Even the thumbnails. These last couple of thumbnails. That's an AI I use. So I got to put the prompts in. I got to play with it, regenerate, analyze, regenerate, and then when I get something good, I use it. But that alone right there costs me $10 a month, and it's nothing special, but it helps me because it's easier when I'm on the road if I got something to help me do quick thumbnails because I'm not working with the computer in the van. I don't got time for all that while I'm out here. If you guys want to start a YouTube or something, you need some advice, I'm all for it. I think everybody should have a YouTube channel. I just don't think you should do a YouTube channel on this crap because the monetization and the ad dollars, it's not really worth it. I mean, you got people out there literally just holding their camera phone and walking into a store, talking, how's the day going, and they're getting a lot of views and a lot of subscribers because they're just more open, like, of what's going on in everyday life. It's kind of why I try to do this lives while I'm on the road, just bullshit. People don't come out and they're people, handicapped people or whatever, A lot of people never even go out of their state, so it gives them an opportunity, too, to see what else is out there in the world. That's why travel channels and stuff do pretty good, because people sit there and watch on their phones or their TVs. One of my favorite YouTubers is Peter Santinello, I think he's called. The guy's been around for years. He's got over 300 subscribers. He literally just has his GoPro, and goes to places, does interviews, talks to people, maybe a little history on the city or something. I like his style. You got to be consistent on YouTube also, Stone. If you can do like 2 or 3 times a week, you'll start getting some steady growth. Like in the beginning when I was blasting out so many videos, that's how I was able to pump up. I was just haywire. Thumbnails got to be good. The way you design your title, your description. I mean, even on this video, if you look in the description and the title, I used Chat GPT. Same thing. I just kind of gave it some prompts of what I needed, and I copy and paste it. I set up the video, put the thumbnail in there, and hit live. A lot of guys are just, they might put a picture, they might not, they hit live, but then the YouTube and the Google aren't working with your video. They're not going to recommend it as much. And then also, when you guys are doing the likes, the shares, and the subscribes, it helps for the video too, because it shows interest. So even when you have the trolls and they're hitting the thumb down, it doesn't matter. It still shows activity. Oh yeah, you watch Peter too. Yeah, he's cool, man. I like him. I wouldn't mind meeting him. I'd like to do some videos with his style too, but I don't know. He's pretty smooth with it. He's got the look. His wife is Ukrainian, actually. It's kind of funny, and I think she does most of his editing. Another guy I saw grow like crazy, but he posts every day, all day, and he got a big jump when he was down there on the border. Is JLR Investigates. He's funny. I think earlier today he was covering some kind of fire or arson attack at Pennsylvania governor's home or something. Just whatever he can do a video on, he does a video on. Yeah, I saw he was in Florida. I like the one where he did it with, what was his name, Titus? The guy looked like he was Amish with no shoes and stuff. I think, can't remember, was he in West Virginia? I think it might have been West Virginia. That guy was funny. He'll probably end up going back down there because I think Titus was clearing some land to build like a church or something. I think it was funny too. I think that guy Titus was getting all this fan mail from chicks, looking to be his wife or something. And I think he had like one little phone in like a shed or something. He had to go out to the shed to use the phone. And I think he ended up telling Peter, like, hey, I'm getting so many calls, I don't know what to do. The other thing about YouTube too, it's kind of like, I guess after you're dead and gone, it's kind of like your history. People have something to look back on, or maybe when you're old and you're in a nursing home, you can look back on some of your own videos, show people like, hey, yeah, I used to do this. Oh yeah, I've been over there. Trying to document life a little bit. Yeah, I'm waiting to see that when that pops up. I'd like to see that. I should go down there, man. Hey, Stone, if you got my email and you can find out where he's building that church, because I can't remember, send me the address. Because if I ever go down there, I will definitely stop and see that guy. I'll eat those weeds that he picks out from the garden and stuff. Yeah, I would kick it with that guy for a day. I don't know if I'd be walking around barefoot though. But he's a good guy though, man. That Titus is a good guy. He lives a simple life. Isn't into all the drama and all the crazy stuff. From what we see, at least on video. Now you know if Axel goes down there, he'll get the true story. If there's a true story, he might like have a harem of Amish girls or something. Who knows? Yeah, if you come across it, yeah, I'll definitely. Is it West Virginia? I think it's West Virginia. Oh, what's this? Got two buzzards up on the light post. I don't know if you guys ever drive, and if you look up on the light post, you always see the hawks and the buzzards sitting up there. Don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe. Got any questions? Drop them in the chat, folks. Like, share, subscribe. Or don't. It's up to you. Your choice. Okay, what's Penelope? Are you heading to South Beach? I'm heading to Miami. I got a TSA load. It's due tomorrow morning. I probably will try to get a room somewhere close down here, hopefully with a beach view, so I can do another live stream. I'll tell you a story though, Penelope. I had a brother years ago, and he had his bachelor party in South Beach. I had fun time down there. That was an interesting place. That was probably like early 2000s. Yeah, we were down there with the bachelor party. The only bad part was I'm the oldest brother, and it was the second oldest brother. He had all his college buddies, and I swear those college boys were boring as hell. Yeah, I could tell you stories about that place. But you know, like the old saying for Vegas, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So we'll leave it at that, Penelope. Uh, okay, with Miami, Penelope, if you got the TWIC or TSA, sometimes you got to be patient down there because remember, you're at the end down there. So sometimes let it clear out a little bit. Depends on the time of year. And the second part is sometimes what I'll do is I'll jog up. I'll ping pong up out of there, short loads. I don't just leave up out of here unless like it's a total catastrophe. But usually I'll ping pong up. I had one time, I had a driver down here, and he actually picked up, I think it was like 15 boxes of chocolate. And we got paid good for it. And I was like, what the hell is so special about this chocolate? But it was kosher chocolate for some kind of Jewish holiday or something. And then it was funny because the broker said, hey, I got another load. And it was liquor or something. I said, hey, I can't transport that out of state. He said, no, it's just going to the top. I told the driver, I said, hey, bro, you got chocolate and liquor. Don't be stopping anywhere. But yeah, that's why you need the TWIC or TSA try to function down here in Miami. Remember, a lot of the foreign guys can't get TWIC or TSA. So it gives you an extra bonus. Penelope, you got your own MC? I think we talked. I just don't remember. And if so, how long? Or are you working with for somebody? Yeah, it's a little windy over here. Oh, since December, yeah. Like I told Stone's had his about 6 months. You gotta put your heels in, dig in. It's gonna be a little rough. It's rough because your authority is new, and it's gonna be rough because of the way it is right now. You just gotta hang tight, cut all your costs, and be smart about how you move. And try not to tear up the van. Try not to do a bunch of deadhead miles. You know, a good expediter is doing about 100,000 miles a year. We try to keep that deadhead, if we can, 15K or less deadhead miles. You got some guys that are deadheading home constantly. You got like 30,000 in deadhead miles every year. And you do know, Penelope, on your taxes, you get to write off those miles. So let's say they're given, I don't know what it's at now, say it's at 55 cents a mile, and you did 100,000 miles, so you got 55,000 to write off. So if you did over 50,000, you already got 55,000 written off. In expedite, we don't write off the gas. We don't write off the fuel. We write off the miles. So you don't have to save those gas receipts, or you can use some of them for your personal taxes. But in expedite, we write off the miles. Rates are pretty bad. In Michigan, just booked a load from Lansing for $1 a mile for a box truck. Shamil, you got to stop doing that, man. I'm telling you, you just got to hook up with good people. You got, what do you have, a 26-foot box truck? Like I was telling everyone, this load I have is a TSA load. It was 1,340 miles. And just so everybody knows, I don't do those kind of videos where I'm going to post in the thumbnail. I'm not that guy. I'm not going to sit there and brag about prices because a lot of people don't understand when we put the prices or talk about them. But this load is 1,340 miles. It's about 900 pounds, and I got 2,100. 2,100. Now, one broker wanted to do it for 1,500. One of them wanted to do it for 1,750, and I told him no, it's 2,100. No wiggle room. No wiggle room. Okay, let's book it. No problem. So if Michigan, and I don't know where you were heading, you gotta fight, or don't use those people. You find the good people. But let's see. No, it's a 60-foot box truck, 1,600 miles for 1,700 bucks. What about the weight? The weight, and you have. So is it your own authority? And how? If it is your own authority, how old? Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Also, folks, I appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe. That's another thing about YouTube. You got to say that stuff every once in a while. Let's see. Waiting on you, Shamil. And like I tell everybody, try to help each other, teach each other, but teach each other to go up, not down. Shamil, you still there? You got your own authority, and if so, how long? And then if you want, you can tell me what brokerage you got the load from. If I know them, I'll tell you my experience with them. What's the measurement? Who you asking, Stone? Me or him? I'm gonna guess that's probably 2 pallets. He probably got a cargo van load. They just threw it in that box truck. Yeah, yeah. I'm guessing it's 2 pallets, probably a cargo van load, but he bid on it with the small box truck, and they gave it to him because they don't care. Oh, 5 pallets, 36 by 36. What's 5 times 36? 150 and 30. Yeah, so they would have needed minimum a big sprinter, the extended sprinter, and then it depends if they're stackable. Now, Shamil, are you using dispatch? I mean, it's up to you. I can't help you too much if I don't know, like, kind of like if you're going through a dispatch or if you have your own authority and booked it to a brokerage. It's up to you what you want to tell me. Keep going, car. I can haul that. I have extended one. Yeah, that's what I figured, Stone. A lot of guys don't get the extended sprinters because they try to get in cheap. They get the smaller vans. That's another way, besides tweaking TSA, is to have the bigger van because it gives you an extra little pump. You know, you could be sitting somewhere, it's all small vans, but they need a bigger one. It could be some even light, but it's got long length to it, like a rod or something. I'm going to switch to swing foot soon. Yeah? Just got to remember, Shamil, when you bump up to the 26 foot, it's a whole different ball game, ELD and everything. You know, me personally, I don't think you need to go to that route. I wouldn't even go to that route right now. This is not the time for it. I don't believe. I'm in a big box truck community, and it's trash. I don't say that to discourage you, but it's just easier to operate with the van and to keep the costs minimal. And we don't have ELD. Yeah, Wade Station, DOT, all that stuff. And not only that, if you switch to a 26 foot and you don't have an aged authority, it's going to be a little weird also. You know, like if I bumped up to a 26 foot box truck with all the people I know, oh man, they'd probably be excited. But I'm not sitting at no truck stop in no box truck because the van, you know, we can up and go. We don't have to sit there and play with that ELD. I'm sure it'll be better than a 16-foot truck. It's going to be for cash, so no payment cost will be minimal. Yeah, so Shamil, why don't you just get, instead of waste the money on a big box truck, just get a good van. Set your van up correctly. You know, your costs will be a lot less, and I wouldn't pay cash for it. I would put maybe a big down payment down, but I would hold most of that cash back. That way, if something happens, you got a little cushion. Let me see. I'm getting close to Port St. Lucie, so let me check something here real quick. So I'm just under 2 hours. Yeah, we go a little bit. Maybe we'll stop down there by West Palm Beach. Yeah, maybe West Palm Beach. So probably another hour or so. Right, and you can park the van in your home too. Yeah, that's another thing. I like to have a personal space in the truck. Yeah, well, that's what we do, Shamil. I have personal space in my van. I got a whole bed, all my extra clothes and everything. I got an AC on the roof. I'm comfortable in the van. And then like this trip, I'm making some decent money, and maybe for a little extra content, I might even get a room down here. But I don't make it a habit. I don't make a lot of guys come out here and they want to get rooms and rooms and rooms. You don't need all that. If I just want to be able to shave and rest for a night. I mean, 2 weeks ago I had a room for 3 days, but that was because I broke down. And trust me, that was I think what almost $400. I don't need to waste $400 out here for no reason. I'd rather go get a nice steak dinner than waste it on rooms. I'm 5 years of trucking. I love what I do now with Sprinter, Shamil. Yeah, see, that's good, Stone. If you came from the truck and now you're in the van, that's how you can share your experience because you came from there down to here. And isn't it easier operating with the van? I mean, you don't make a fortune all the time, but our costs are a lot less. I can only imagine how much those tires are on those trucks. And not to mention the insurance. My insurance is around 600 right now a month. Damn. It's hard to compete with cheap Sprinter owners. Yeah, Shamil, but don't think of it like that. Don't think you're competing with them. You you have to be your own person. You got to let them know who you are, what you can do, and what you can provide. And make the connections. You got to do a little footwork and a little communication. I see your name's a little bit foreign, so I mean you're typing good English. As long as you can speak decent English, you know, and you dress normal and you show them you can pick and drop on time. You got the right straps and everything. You just got to get your name out there, and network with the good people. There's always freight, and there are good prices, but it's from the good people. 100% right, Stone. It's your business. Yeah, that's how you got to look at it too. It's your business. Your van is your business. You got to build your business, your name, your brand. Brokers don't care much about relationships with trucks. I know how you think that, Shamil, but there are some that are good. I got some that work with me and they're good and they help fight the fraud too. I got one, he laughs. He sends me a lot of times the bids from a lot of these guys, and he'll tell me, he said, look, these guys are bidding on all my loads, and I can tell they're using the same truck or van. They're all trying to share the same truck or van, and then they put in this garbage, 80 cents, 60 cents. He said, I'm not putting my freight on those things. He said, I don't want no problems. I don't want no issues. So just keep building it then. Got to keep building. If you got a couple good relationships, just build with them. I'll be honest with you, when I started fighting the fraud and doing my channel, it made a lot of my relationships even stronger because they know I'm no nonsense. And a lot of them respect me when I tell them, hey, bro, they'll tell me, hey, I only got this much on the load. It's up to you, Axel. He said, I wish I could give you more, but this is not our regular customer, you know. I said, oh, I got it. Send it over to Vladimir. Another thing you got to make sure you're not dealing with a double broker. In our side, in the expedite side, there's a lot of nonsense going on. Oh, Shamil, I'm building a house in Alabama on the river. So I have it all framed up and everything. I have the roof on it. The electrical is about maybe 80% done. The insulation is about 50. And I needed to take a break. I had to get out of there. And it's up on stilts. So as soon as I get that done, the show is going to be like the best it's ever been because it's going to be no mercy. So that's it. Because I moved from Ohio down to Alabama. So I'm not fully set up yet. And when I set up my studio, I got so much crap, I don't want to just free wing it all together because I'm going to add some other stuff to it as well. So it'll be better. But yeah, that's why. That's why I've been doing these little quick lives just to stay active a little bit. But trust me, I got a list. They'll be back. Yeah, I know a lot of the crooks probably said, thank God he's not around no more. Wait till I pop back. They're going to say, oh, shit. And some of my favorite videos, we're going to rehash on some of those guys because I got some more info on them. Like that Hippix. Oh, I'm going to fix them up real nice. Yeah, we'll get there, Stone, little by little. You know, it takes time. And remember, too, the way I do it, I can't get these. Like me, I won't sponsor with any of these load boards or anything because to me, they let all these frauds and stuff on there. You know, so it's a little bit harder. Any sponsors from trucking, I probably won't accept because they're not going to control me. I'd have to have sponsors to build the show. But we'll get there, little by little. Yeah, don't worry, Shamil. Axel's not going anywhere. To be honest with you, that's what I want to do full time. To be honest with you, but I just got to get situated a little bit. I have to be back by the 17th because there's a big piece of land down there. I have a realtor buddy that I operate with, so he's interested. I got to go down there and actually maybe I'll put that video on the platform as well because I got to go take some pictures and do a video to show him because there's an auction coming up and he's interested maybe in purchasing it. We're going to put a bunch more homes, so it'll be nice for me. And that's another thing too, guys. You know, while you're doing this, especially if you're younger, try to save your money and invest it. Put it in some blue chip stocks and don't touch it. Leave it alone. Buy some pieces of property and stuff. You know, I bought 2 lots down in Alabama about 3 years ago. They were 9,000 a piece. I already got an offer for 20,000 a piece. They doubled in price, but I didn't sell them because I knew I was going to put that home down there. While you're on the road, do some vlogs. Doesn't have to be fancy. Oh no, I agree with you, Shamil. I agree with you 100%. I got to shave first off, though. Yeah, I'm trying to do a little bit more freestyle stuff. You know, I don't want it just to be. That's why I said earlier I just didn't want to name it trucking or cargo vans or box truck. That's just one of the playlists. I'd like to have a little bit more travel stuff. Like the other day, because I'm a veteran, I stopped off at that Veterans Memorial just to show everybody. Because there's a couple veterans that are brokers and stuff. Same with drivers. So just give them something else. You know, if it doesn't interest them, they don't have to watch it. But just to have a little bit more variety. Oh, 35 with 2 kids? Yeah, that's a little rough, Stone. Just got to raise them the old way, Stone. As soon as they're 18, tell them you got to go get it. Or no, 16, you got to go get a job. I was working ever since I was 14. I started off busting tables. I had a paper route. Nothing wrong with getting them to work. And just get them, teach them about that money. Don't just, like I was at Buc-ee's earlier and I seen all these young girls coming out, getting in a van, and they all had like these fruit cups. You know those little fruit cups they sell at Buc-ee's and all the truck stops? I think they're like $6 to $8. That's like such a waste of money. I would never let my kid buy that. I would go to Walmart. Like earlier, I said I saw those 3 strawberries in a cup for like $6, $7. I'm gonna teach my kid. Hey, don't be wasting money on that. We'll go over to Walmart or something, and get you a whole box, or go to Amish country and get a whole flat. It's like I grew up in the restaurant business. My one brother still has a restaurant. Food, man, you don't want to go to the grocery store with me. Like when they got those boneless pork chops for like $5.99 or $6.99 a pound, I'm buying the whole pork loin. Now I think it's a little over $2 a pound, and I take out my knife and I cut my own boneless chops. Like that makes no sense. And then I get the Ziploc bags and I portion them out and put them in the freezer. Like the one thing I have a big problem with nowadays, I love wings, but man, I haven't had wings in a while because I just can't pay that price, man. It's something about it. It's bugging me. And when my family was first in the restaurant business, those wings, they used to give them to the restaurants for free. But when BW3s and all those places started coming up, that's when they started charging for the wings. Because you used to buy the whole chicken, and they would give you everything with it, the livers, the wings, you know, or even if you got like pieces, if you got the chicken quartered up, they would just throw that stuff in there. But nowadays, the wings, I mean, it's like $2 a wing, man. And you know how it is. You suck the meat off that bone in 2 seconds. It's like you swallow $2. You eat 10 wings, damn, you ate $20. It's just, I don't know, it bothers me. Yeah, it's crazy. Yesterday I was passing through West Virginia. I remember it was exit 9 off 77. If you guys ever stop, there's a little diner called Dolly's Diner. Man, it was busy as hell, but it was nice. I got a regular little breakfast. I mean, it was a little expensive. I got biscuits and gravy, 2 sausage patties, 3 eggs, and the potatoes and a coffee. It came out to like $18. And my waitress actually was running the counter as well. There was a little old guy at the counter, and I kept hearing her say, "No, no, I paid for it, I paid for it, I paid for it." So when she came over to me to give my check, I said, "You really paid for that old guy's breakfast?" She said, "Yeah, he comes here all the time. He's a really nice little old guy. He doesn't have much money." I said, "You know what? It was real nice of you." So I gave her a $20 tip, and I gave it to her because she did that good deed. And on the flip side, I figured, you know what? I did my good deed for the week or the month. Maybe it'll come back to me. Man, it'd be nice if you guys became members of the channel. I mean, the small membership ain't much. That's a little support, you know? That's how we build the community bigger too. Like the guys that are my members too, they always call me and text me all the time asking me stuff. Like Angel, I don't know where Angel went. Angel probably went to bed now. He needs his sleep. Angel, I talk to Angel all the time. Same with Costa. Let's see, we're past Port St. Lucie now. Like now in the Mercedes, so I'm showing 5 bars. If I see some cheap diesel, I might top off. That's another thing too. I always try to stay topped off. So when I get my load, I'm ready to roll. And not only that, if there was a storm to roll through and the pumps went down, you want to make sure you have a full tank to get the hell out of Dodge. It happened to me one time, I believe it was in Tennessee, a big storm rolled through and I was at a pilot and all the power went out, like in the town there. And I was like, whatever, I had a full tank. So, you know, on full tank, you can get somewhere. What's your plan in Miami? Do you have a backlog going deadhead to Georgia? Yeah, I won't do that, Shamil. I will not be deadheading to Georgia. I have TWIC and TSA, so I'll either get another TWIC or TSA load out of Miami, or I'll ping pong up with some short loads. I'll work my way up, nice and easy. You know, at times to me, I feel Georgia is worse than Florida. Believe it or not, I know it sounds crazy, but way down here in Miami, you got to remember there's nowhere to go. Either they're coming down here or they're not coming down here. So if they need a TSA or TWIC driver, Axel is here. And think about it. You get a nice TSA or TWIC load out of the bottom down here, back up north. It's beautiful. Hey, another channel, Shamil, if you want to watch. Sometimes it might make you a little crazy because it's a lot of black guys. But he's on YouTube and he tries to help out the box truck guys with moving and stuff and all that. They get a little rough sometimes, but he gives out some good information. It's called Mark the Mentor. So I'm in their Discord group too. A lot of times they're hooting and hollering in there, but I'll go in there. A lot of times I'm on a long drive and, you know, you just kind of got a bunch of people around talking. All right, Jamil, sounds good. Oh, you know who I'm talking about, Stone? Are you over there, Stone? Oh, okay, yeah. Jamil knows him. Yeah, you go over there, just tell him Axel sent you. Stone, are you in the Discord? Why don't I recognize you like that? I don't know why Florida has black trooper cars. Man, in the summer, the heat is beating on those things. It's nice to see the stream is holding up pretty good, though. Let me give you guys an update here. Let's see. 105 miles, hour and 40 minutes. So we're going to try to plan on pit stopping and maybe finding that room. We'll see. I just don't want to be all the way down in there in Miami, I don't think. But we'll see. Stone, you sharing my video? Or are you not in the any of the other groups? What's this semi gonna do? We got a bobtail in the ground over here? I don't know if you guys see this bobtail. It's off on the side over there. I don't know what he's doing over there. Alpha Transportation, Asheboro, North Carolina. I think those guys are crooks. Why does that name sound familiar? Alpha Transportation. Crooks and expedite. I'm on those union groups. I will share your video there. Yeah, you know what's going to happen if you try to share my video over there? They'll probably kick you out and ban you. If you even mention my name over there was a broker over there, a good broker, a beautiful broker. And one of them was talking about something, they're like, and all he said was like, yeah, Axel covered them in a video, and they kicked him out. Like, they're so dumb. The funny part is I have so much stuff on them, like bidding from so many companies that the brokers send me, it's hilarious. They have no idea what I'm going to come with. It's not going to be nice. But like I said, that I got to have my studio set up because I got to be able to show everything. Those knuckleheads have been misleading so many guys so bad. I think it's funny when they were all supposed to go to the expedite show, which they don't have anymore. That's kind of odd too, because it was like after I did that video on that union or not union on the expedite show. Now they haven't had it now. I think what 2 3 years, 2 years. But I remember when those union boys said, "Oh, we're gonna have a booth and this and that and blah blah blah," and then me and Alan were talking. They're like, "Yeah, we'll be over there," and all of a sudden they didn't go because we were gonna expose the shit out of them. I heard they will open small studio near Chicago airport to cover the loads. Oh yeah? You mean all the double brokering they're doing? You know, another one of the big brokers I deal with, he's over there out of Chicago too. They just have no idea how this works. They think they do. And I'm talking about one of the old school brokers. He's been around for a while. He was one of the first guys ever on Selectus. Like earlier in the week, there's another carrier. He's got about a 2 year old authority now. And I asked him, I said, "Are you signing up with this guy?" He said, "No." And I call him up. I say, "Hey, I vouch for this guy. He's cool. He checks out, blah, blah." And while I'm texting that broker, the guy's emailing me or texting me also. He said, "Man, this company's emailing me, sending me a packet to sign up already." I said, "Yeah, bro, they know me. I'm not just going to refer anybody. I'll check you out If you're good and everything, I can help you out. I'll try to help you out. Oh man, it's getting warm down here. I don't want to check what the temp is. I don't want to mess up the stream. Crazy now. They have people work with them do double broker. Yeah, but we see it though, Stone. Like even if they post some in that group, trust me, I can see it. Even their Discord, I'm fully aware. I believe I have to check. I believe a regular expedite company that was over there, who I was warning them about them. I believe they used a driver from the union group, and that driver got killed. I got to go get the court documents though, and that's going to come out too. And I warned that company, and I got the email showing I was warning them. So they're idiots for allowing that to happen. It's funny, man. I keep getting hit with these little bursts of wind. You guys probably hear my Garmin GPS keeps making that noise every time I nip that edge of the road. It makes that little alarm. Oh, you did hear about it, Stone? Yeah, I'm gonna get those court docs. You know I can't miss a story like that. Uh-oh, we're down to 4 bars. I better look for some fuel here. Let me see. I'm bullshitting away. I'm gonna be stuck over here in the highway. Let me see what we got. Nothing there. Pompano truck. That's too far. That's too far. Let's check the regular stations. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Oh man, I gotta pay attention here. I really gotta be watching for some fuel. Yeah, it's weird this window here. They're just like light. They just smack you lightly. Oh man, I hope this ain't one of those long stretches. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've been down here. Let me check this map again. I'm not too far from Jupiter. Maybe I'll stay by Jupiter. Let me see. So I got 94 hour and a half. I'm not too far. Maybe that'll be my spot. We'll see. Oh, we're showing a shell in 8 miles. I like shell. Hey, Stone, have you seen any of the app guys riding around or advertising at all, really? Because I haven't. Like my little buddy Hippix, the little flower child, wearing that little wood nugget around his neck. You have seen them? I haven't seen them. Yeah, that was funny when I found those pictures. He like one of them hippie people got a little wood nugget around his neck. I just think it's funny, man. I cover him. He had the two authorities. The one was showing 99 vehicles. Then he came back with a little comeback video, which I downloaded. I have it, of course. Act like he's so innocent. And all of a sudden, I think he changed the authority to show like one or two vehicles. We were all laughing. And then he keeps trying to get on with two brokers, and they're like, absolutely not. You're not coming back on with us. I heard he was even crying that after I did the videos, he lost 40% of his business. But you lost 40% of your business because you're a lying bastard. He even tried to get Freight Validate to validate him. And it's like, absolutely not. You have a virtual address. It ain't happening. Yeah, he's a huge liar, man. Man, I really wish I had one of them iced coffees. I love my coffee, but damn. Yeah, I haven't really heard anyone complaining lately either about A&E, because A&E was stroking guys good, man. I kept running. Last guy I ran into, they owed him over 4,000. Like, I don't. It's so crazy. It's so bizarre. You know, and I tell these brokers, what are you doing? Why are you giving these guys loads? They're not paying the drivers. Yeah, man. They keep getting them. And I remember guys kept saying, no, we go to the address. It's a doctor's office. Something. You know, I dug in. I showed a bunch of the addresses and stuff. So crazy. Okay, let's see. We got a sign coming up here. Uh-huh. We got a Starbucks, IHOP, KFC. There's got to be fuel here, too. Bill. Yeah, I see a Sunoco. Let me see what my GPS shows. I definitely need fuel. Sunoco Mobile Shell. Shell. So 1.92 Indian Town Road. So it's either going to be this mobile or this Shell. It's looking like. Hopefully they got diesel. Oh, this is weird. We're driving on the left, and the other traffic's on the right. The hell? Let's go to this Shell. That's another thing too. A lot of you guys, I don't know if you do it, Stone. You guys all want to use the GPS on your phone. I have the Garmin GPS, and the reason why is I always see my road on that screen, and I can hit my buttons real quick to check either truck stops or gas stations or restaurants, and I can just add it to my route, in a second. And that way, if I'm live streaming or whatever, my phone is free and clear. Yeah, we're gonna get off over here. Oh, you got a museum over here. Too bad I look like I came out of West Virginia. I'd stop over there maybe. 87A. Go over here. We're gonna stop over here in Jupiter. Right here. Yeah, GPS. Yeah. What's he saying there? I like both, and I have CB radio too. Yeah, I was thinking of adding one, Stone, just for some entertainment purposes. I think it'd be funny if I'm live streaming and I'm messing with the truckers. I could jump on there. Hey, I could jump on the CB while I'm live. Hey, truckers, this is Vladimir. I am here. I'm looking for your loads. I'm ready. I have flip flops. You know, just for some extra nonsense while I'm live streaming. I am getting a scanner also. I'm getting a scanner, and you can set it by area code. So, if there's some big police activity or fire or something, I can, if I'm on the road and I'm not loaded, I can go to it. Let's see here. Diesel 389. Wow. Burglars. Burglars. Well, let's go in here. Damn burglars. What's this kid doing? Oh, they're doing like car wash in the parking lot, man. Detailing and everything. Look at that. I don't know if you guys seen that. That's wild, man. That is wild. I just washed the van yesterday, though. What are you looking for? The scanner? The scanner you want to get, which one is it, man? It's like $650 though. Uh, I wouldn't get the mounted one. I would get the handheld so you can take it in and out. I think it's the Uniden. It's Uniden something. I can't remember what it's called. I have it saved in my Amazon. And you can set it by area code. I mean, you can even have them program it, but it costs money, like I think 25 per thing or something. But it has the because it'll automatically switch, I believe, for whatever you have it programmed to. If not, you just punch in the zip code, I believe, wherever you're at. Give me 1 second. Let me put some diesel. There's my wallet. Yeah, I think it's a Uniden something. It's one that a lot of the live streamers use, especially the California live streamers. I don't know if you ever watched any of them. Let's see what you guys got. Yeah, I don't know if you're looking it up or not, Stone, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Uniden something. Let me see if that Starbucks is around here. Maybe get that iced coffee. Wow, almost $61 for almost 16 gallons of diesel. That's why you don't see me taking that cheap shit. I ain't no way, man. No way. No way, Jose. No way, Jose. No way, Vladimir. No way, nothing. I throw my garbage out too. Let's hang up a fresh garbage bag. And let's see here. Oh, nobody watching now? You guys left me? Oh, let me see here. Let's see where we're going to now. We're gonna go to coffee and tea. Uh-oh. Those were no. How about we go to How about we go to Dunkin' and get a big iced coffee? At his next stop.
Calculating a route to Dunkin'. This destination is inside Chasewood Plaza.
What? Oh, it's Plaza. Yeah, let's, there's a little kitty over here.
Turn right, then take the first left.
Yeah. Hold on, GPS. Let me get around here. Let me get around here. Man, look at these guys. Polishing the car, shining the wheels. Nice job. Don't honk at me. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, Hoochie Mama. I don't know, this thing's telling me to go right, but it's looking like it's making me do a U-turn. Man, I don't know if I should go down that way or not. No, let's go this way. Sometimes this GPS gets a little goofy. Okay, situate yourself, GPS. Come on. Come on. Why is it doing that to me? Why is it doing that to me? Fuel. No. Restaurants, coffee and tea. Let's just go to this Starbucks. Okay. Thank you. Man, I'm still showing.
Turn right at the traffic light. Then take
Better be the right way.
Turn right, then take the first left.
My GPS is losing its mind. Here's the Starbucks right here. Oh, man.
Arriving at Starbucks on the right.
Shoot, there's a Marriott right here. I should just stay at this damn Marriott, too. I might have to check, man. Go ahead. Come on, girlfriend.
Please drive to highlighted route.
Oh, it says do not enter through here. Damn it. Man, what kind of... Just cramming shit together,
Turn
man.
left on West Indian Town Road, then take the first right.
Like I can't even get in there. What kind of Starbucks is this? You can't even pull in the thing unless you come from I don't even God knows where.
Turn right at the traffic light.
Let me go down the road a little bit. They're making my life difficult here. Just go in here. Make my life difficult.
Turn right at the stop
I'm gonna check
sign.
this plaza out real
Take
quick,
the
folks.
first right.
I'm just looking. I'll be honest, just looking for like an iced coffee. I want to go to that Starbucks, but let's see. Let me pull over here because this guy is on my cojones.
Turn left at the stop sign. Then
All right,
take
let's
the
reset
second left.
this. All right, GPS, shut up. Let's see here. Where to? Let's try this Dunkin' again. It's the problem with these big vans sometimes. Let's see.
Calculating a route to Dunkin'. This destination is inside Chasewood Plaza.
Yeah, okay, we're gonna try it this time. We are going to try it this time.
Turn left, then take the second left. Turn left at the traffic light.
Man, I swear to, I don't know how the people design shit, man.
Turn left at the traffic light.
Who's watching there? I see somebody's watching. We're gonna stop at this Dunkin'. Get one of them big old iced coffees. They deserve it. Now let me see. Update, quick update here. We're about oh, I took it off. I'll do the update after I get to Dunkin'. Might do a room search around here too. Okay, let's see here.
Arrive at Dunkin'.
Looking nice over here by Jupiter. Not too bad. I don't know what the history is or story of over here. You know, Florida's kind of a strange place. A lot of strange characters live here. They always say this place is usually worse than West Virginia sometimes. I've seen some weird stuff go on down here. I think this is the plaza over here. I think I might have been in this plaza before. Okay. Where are you at, Duncan?
Arrive at Dunkin'.
There we go. I don't see no Duncan here. They lie to me? Oh, that's crazy. Where the hell is Duncan? Ain't no damn Dunkin' Donuts over here. Oh, GPS, you're messing me up, man. Unless it's back here. And I don't see it. Oh, wait a minute. Is that it over there? Oh, there it is. Hiding over here in the corner. Looking nice. So, I'll leave you guys alone for a minute while I go get my fix. My Dunkin'. Now, why they put these stupid blocks in here? All right, I'll be right back. Anybody watching? I see. I'll be back in a second, folks. Hang tight.